What's up, my geeks? Jeffrey Powers here from Geekazine. And today we're going to be taking a look at the Thinkware, that's this thing right here, the Thinkware x700 dual dash camera. Today on Geek Tech Talk Live with Jeffrey Powers. It's going slow. I don't know why it's going slow. There we go. Hey everybody, Jeffrey Powers here from Geekazine, Think Magazine, Put in a Geek. And you got me. Welcome to the show. We are live everywhere. And feel free to use the comments. We're going to be talking today about the Thinkware x700 dual dash cam front and rear camera for your car. It has a lot of great features for it. Now, to begin with, I got to tell you that I did get this product from Thinkware to review. So they did not pay for any. This video is not being paid or sponsored by them, just getting the product from them. Of course, all opinions are of Geekazine. You can go over to my review page to find out more. So, all right, with that said, let's move on and talk about the Thinkware dash cam. This is the x700 model. They have a few other models, and I have talked about other Thinkware models of in dash cams in the past. This came out last year. And I've actually had it in my truck for a couple months now. Right before CES, I put it in, and then, of course, with all this COVID stuff happening, everything just kind of went to fashizzle. And so, what can you do? But I've been putting this all together, and definitely want to talk about it now. So let's talk about it here. This is the Thinkware x700 dual dash cam fronted and rear camera. Now the cool thing about this is it has a mountable camera for your dash, for your front window, and for your rear window. And it's got a lot of advantages, small disadvantages too, and I'll talk about that as we go. You can also get the GPS dongle, which I do have. It will then let you know where you've been, and that's pretty cool. And with the GPS dongle, the best part about that is nowadays there's been a lot of new, at least in this area, a lot of news stories about people stealing vehicles and taking joyrides in them. And with the GPS locator, you'll be able to it helps you find out where that truck has been or where that car has been, and be able to fix, find out, maybe they stopped at the house to pick up some snacks or something like that before they went on their big joyride. So you can trace back once you get all that data back there. But it's pretty cool. It has a Sony Starvis crystal clear high quality footage at 1080p 30 frames a second. It's 142 viewing angles, so it pretty much captures all of the windshield, a little bit of the hood, and all around. So you definitely have to place it right. It's got some other really awesome features to it. The 2.7-inch LCD touchscreen shows you the front and the rear cameras, so you could actually kind of use this, if you have it set up right, as a backup camera. You can definitely put it, tap it, and then they'll come up, and then you can look. You should really look behind you when you're backing up. But you can definitely, for instance, if I have my truck filled to the brim, I can use that to help me navigate back as I'm viewing through my windows as well. So it has the ability to capture continuously, event recording. You can set it in intervals, and of course accidents. So if somebody hits your car while you're in the store or something like that, it's going to turn on and capture the front camera and the back camera, which is pretty cool. It records everything in MP4 format, and they're 1 minute increments. So, and of course, you get the front and the back and the front and the back as you pull it off. It takes a micro SD card to use. It gives you advanced driver assistance, a little bit of that, and it does have super night vision technology and road safety camera alerts. So I've had this thing ding at me and say, hey, there's somebody coming up. They put on their brake lights or something like that, or there's a red light coming up. So a lot of features right there. You can get it with the front and rear camera, 12-volt GPS included. But if you just want to get the front cam, you can definitely do so. It's really not much of a difference in price 139 as opposed to 179. It's got about 4 stars from viewers. So I've used it, and it's no problems to use. I've really been able to hear what the camera has said. If somebody's approaching or whatnot. I've been able to view the screen without issue in day and night situations. Of course, you don't want to focus on that screen because you should be focusing on the road, but if you get it placed right, you should be able to glance over and see what's going on. And it will turn itself off, and there are settings to change that, so it'll turn itself off after 30 seconds, a minute, or whatnot. And like I said, it's got a whole bunch of features. You can set it for continuous recording. You can set it for special recording. You can hit that record button right then and there, and it'll record. And that will go into a special folder. So like if the car gets hit, then all that footage will go into the event folder, and if you do continuous recording, it'll go into the continuous recording folder. Micro SD card, and it will begin to overwrite once the card gets filled. So if you have an event that you need to keep, because I've done this, actually, I got a 16 gigabyte card to review this with. I'm not sure if you get a micro SD card with this or not. I'm pretty sure you don't. But if you do, it'll most likely be a small micro SD card. It's a good idea to just go get a micro SD card. And the prices are great. So, getting something like a 64 gigabyte micro SD card. So with the continuous recording, and it creates, in this case, it creates 2 files, one for the front camera and one for the rear camera, and which are about 80 megabytes each. So, for 1 minute to 60 minutes, 8 times 6 is 420 megabytes per hour for 12 hours. So about 4 gigs, 4.5 gigs. I'm not going to do the math offhand, but 4.5 gigs per 12-hour point. And then so about 8.5 gigs per day. I think I did that math right. Let's just pull out a calculator really quick. Calculator, help me! So if this is 80 megabytes per minute times 60 minutes, that's 4,800. So about a little bit over 4 gigs, 4.5 gigs. For an hour, that's about 4.8 gigs. So we'll go times 24. 115 gigs. How well does it record? Well, let me show you that right now. Hopefully I've got the right button here. I think that's this one. There we go. So this is some of the driving that I have done in the last couple months. It's still wintertime here on this driving. I think you see the date on the bottom left-hand corner there. And you see, I'm showing you the 2 different angles. You got the front angle and the rear angle. They're separate files. So you can be able to record back and forth without any issue. This is nighttime recording. Once again, this is the front and this is the rear camera angle as well. And as you can see, daytime, nighttime, not too bad. This is in Madison, Wisconsin, so you can see the capital of Madison, the state of Wisconsin. And as we're going, I'm showing you just basic driving. You can see the cars in front and cars behind. I wish this would show the functionality of the lane assist and all the stuff that this camera can tell you about, because it's dinging left and right if there's a car approaching or there's a red light coming up and things like that. But as you can see, the camera, it's running pretty well and it does a great job. I've run it many times, and I'm impressed on the quality on the 1080p 30 frames. 29.97 I believe is the official. Now what we're gonna do, I've got my remote camera set up. That's this thing right here. Let's just unplug it. And then here we are. I'm right here. I'm going to go out to the truck and I'm going to show you how it's all set up. All right, so it looked like my headset pack kind of cut out there, so I'll just tell you what's going on here. So basically installing this was not too bad. I actually used the mount from my previous Thinkware, which worked fairly well. The turning on the unit is a simple side switch and comes up in about 30 seconds. If you have the GPS module, it might take just a little bit longer, but you'll get notified when it's ready. The view screen will show you both the front and rear cameras. I have mine mounted in the back, as you can see here. The rear camera shows up on the top right-hand side of the screen. Simply touch the screen to get a full-sized view. You can tap it again to bring it back to the top right corner. Buttons on the side to turn off and on the internal micro speaker. Come to the home screen or go into your settings. When you do that, it will turn off any recording that's happening at that time. Within the settings, you can set it on how you want the camera to record. Continuous, time-lapse, motion, and impact detection are some of the recording features. Other features include a voltage minimum and maximum so you don't drain or push the battery too much, safety camera alert options so you don't miss a red light, which does need the GPS to use that, and departure and collision warnings, and much more. I do have the GPS unit installed. As you can see, that's all the cables up on top there. So let's head to the back of the truck and take a look at that rear camera. Now, as you can see, the back camera is right there. Hopefully you can see that. And it's very adjustable. You just basically stick it onto the glass and you can adjust it from here. So easily turnable. And then the plug, like I said, it looks like an iPhone jack. I think it's a little bit smaller than your headphone jack there, but it's definitely a TRRS, or what's called a 3-pole plug, which you just basically plug in here. Now, the problem I was going to tell you about, there's two things. As you can see in the video, you can see the lines. This is the heater on the window for the defrost, and it shows that. Plus, this is a tinted window. So this doesn't work as well as if this was untinted, a nice clear window. So that's a factor you need to be aware of in whatever vehicle you put it in. Now, as you can see, like I said, the loosely going through. I could have easily brought it through here, not through the leaves, but through here. But I have it right, just kind of wedged in between all the trim, and I could easily just pop out some of these pegs and run the cable straight through to the front, which is what you should really do when you are putting this all together. But like I said, since I probably will change this out with another rear camera company to review, I want to be able to just pull it out as quick as possible. So, all right, let's close this up. So like I said, you can get different types of cameras. And this one's like, well, like I said, $179.99, and that comes with everything. I mean, the GPS, the main camera, the rear camera, and installation, like I said, fairly straightforward. Or you could probably get, your auto friend to help you install it if you're a little bit concerned about it. Of course, if you are under warranty with your car, you should always talk to the dealer and make sure that it's okay to put that in and go from there. You can even, like I did, loosely put it in. So it doesn't, you're not connecting it to anything strange. I have it connected to the cigarette lighter, so the power is no problem whatsoever. That's going to do it for this episode of Geek Tech Talk Live. I think I've pretty much covered this dash cam to its fullest extent. If you have any questions, feel free to comment and question over at Geekazine. Think Magazine, put in a Geek. All the socials are going to be showing up right there, and you'll be able to do that. What you have for a dash cam, if it's not a Thinkware, what do you use for a dash cam? Let me know and tweet about it, and we'll talk about it and go from there. So anyway, thanks a lot for watching live or watching on my channels. Until next time, you guys geek out and take care.